My name is Sherry Storm, and I'm a dietitian at St. Michael's Hospital Family Health Team. Today I will be talking about picky eating in children over the age of 1. This is a video that will talk about common challenges of feeding children, how to know if your child is a picky eater, how to help your child eat new foods, and when to call your healthcare provider. Some fun facts about eating. Eating is a skill. To learn a new skill, children need lots of practice. Children need to learn from watching others and copying us. Feeding challenges are normal and usually temporary. As children grow and develop, their eating patterns change. You might be concerned that your child is a picky eater if they dislike new foods, they refuse some foods, or eat the same food over and over. Or your child likes plain food, doesn't have a lot of color, flavor, foods that are a specific shape or certain texture, or they prefer liquids. It may be helpful to think of picky eating as a normal stage where your child is learning about food and learning takes time. You might be worried that your child's picky eating will prevent them from growing. You might be worried that they won't get all the nutrients that they need to develop, or that they won't enjoy a variety of foods. Or you might find it difficult to make food that they will eat. It's okay not to like every food. Even adults have foods they don't like. Children need to see a new food over and over again. To learn, they need to touch, smell, chew, and sometimes spit out the food. Children can have a look of disgust when they're trying new foods. This is a normal look. It means that they're trying something new. Similar foods have similar nutrition. For example, fruits and vegetables have many of the same nutrients. An orange or strawberry may have the same nutrients as a carrot. Parents and children have different responsibilities when it comes to feeding and eating. You are responsible for deciding what type of food to offer your child, for deciding what time that you will give them meals and snacks, and where the food will be offered, such as at the table, in a high chair. Your child also has responsibilities. They are responsible for listening to their body and deciding whether they will eat. They will also decide how much to eat. Some days they may be very hungry, and other days they might not be hungry, and they might eat less. This is normal. The parent's job is to create a meal environment that will help them focus on eating. This includes limiting distractions, avoiding a lot of snacks and drinks before meals, creating a relaxing environment, offering a wide variety of foods, and when possible, eating together as a family. Your child's job is to decide what and how much to eat. They will learn by watching you and experimenting. When you try to decide how much your child will eat, this can create conflict. This can make eating stressful for everyone, which can make you and your child anxious about eating and learning about food. To help your child eat new foods, we're going to talk about 7 strategies. Keep trying, structure and routine, getting the right amount of liquids, offer familiar foods with new foods, mess is okay, and eating and cooking together and enjoying food. Keep trying. Give foods in small amounts. Too much food is overwhelming. If the child finishes the food, you can always give more. Try giving foods in different ways. For example, you might find eating a cucumber with dip more interesting and fun than eating a cucumber on its own. When they do touch, lick, smell, chew a new food, you can congratulate them for trying something new, but forcing them can make them not want to eat or try new foods. Offering food that is on your plate is a great way for them to learn about new foods. Keep trying. It can take many, many times for a child to try a new food. Structure and routine will help your child know when it's time to eat. It will help them learn to listen to their hunger and fullness cues. Avoid distractions like toys and screens when eating. Have meals and snacks around the same time most days. Limit meals to 30 minutes. If your child isn't hungry and doesn't eat, don't worry. There will be another meal or snack in a few hours. Have only one snack between meals. This will help your child come to the meal hungry. Children need a lot of sleep and to sleep through the night so that they can wake up ready to learn. Some parents find it helpful to make a large outline of the schedule and put it on the fridge or somewhere that everyone can see it. This schedule can include times for each of the meals and the times of the snacks in between the meals. It can include bedtime and the routine that leads up to bedtime. Having consistent time for bed is important for getting enough sleep. Getting the right amount of liquids is important. Pay attention to how much liquids your child is drinking. If they're having a lot of liquid, it will fill up their small stomachs and they will eat less. Limit milk and drinkable yogurt to 500 milliliters or 16 ounces a day. Having too much milk or yogurt will make your child too full for other foods. Avoid offering drinks with a lot of sugar or caffeine, such as pop, soda, tea, and coffee. Limit juice to 125 milliliters or 4 ounces a day. Offer one food that your child likes at the same time you offer a new food. You can offer the familiar food and the new food on the same plate, but separate from each other. For example, if they like chicken nuggets, try breaded chicken, cut into the same shape and size as the chicken nuggets. The smell, look, and flavor are similar, and it might help your child feel more comfortable with this new food and more likely to try it. If they start to enjoy baked breaded chicken, then you can try baked chicken that isn't breaded. Mess is part of learning to eat. Trying to get food from the plate to the mouth takes a lot of practice, and a lot can end up on the floor. Let your child eat on their own. By the age of 8 months, most children can feed themselves using their fingers, and then as they develop, they can use a spoon or a fork. This is a skill that they need to learn. They will not be perfect, but over time they will get better and it will be less messy. To make things easier for you, give a small amount of food at a time. Use a large bib that has a pocket to catch spilled food. You could put a newspaper or plastic mat under the high chair to make cleanup easier. And keep a wet cloth at the table to clean your child after they're fully finished eating. Children learn a lot from watching parents and caregivers eat. If you're eating vegetables, your child is more likely to eat vegetables. Children may try to eat food from your plate. This is a great way for them to learn about new foods. They assume that if it's good enough for you, then it's safe to eat. When we eat together, children also learn what to expect in the family when eating. For example, in some families, the expectation is that one person will be talking and everybody else will be listening. These behaviors are important for your child to learn. Have fun when eating together, and this will make your child more relaxed and comfortable and more likely to try new foods. Make only one meal for the whole family. You might need to make some small changes to the family meal. Try to keep it fairly similar. For example, you might need to have a little less seasoning in your child's food, or you might need to cut the food into smaller pieces for them. You might need to give raw vegetables instead of cooked vegetables, or cooked instead of raw. For foods that have a lot of different textures and colors like a stir fry, you might need to separate out the different foods for your child. As your child gets older and they continue their learning about food, you can stop making these small changes, and the whole family will enjoy the meal together. Learning about food together is really helpful. Touching, smelling, licking, and tasting with your child. For example, try a green apple and a red apple, and then have them talk about how those foods are different. Do they look different, smell different, taste different? As your child gets older, enjoy shopping and cooking together. This is a really fun part of being together as a family and learning together. In summary, I talked about 7 ways to help with picky eating. Keep trying, don't give up, have structure and routine, avoid too much liquid, and avoid some liquids that aren't nutritious. Offer familiar foods with new foods. Be okay with mess. Eat together, cook together, and really enjoy learning about food together. Many children go through periods of picky eating. For some children, picky eating can last for a few months, and for others, it can last for years. If you're concerned about their growth or your child is constipated, it might be time to contact your healthcare provider. It might also be time to contact your healthcare provider if your child is frustrated with eating most of the time, or if you're concerned that your child eats the same foods all the time and rarely eats foods from all the food groups. If you would like more information, check out the information at unlockfood.ca.
We would like to know what you thought about our video. Please fill out a quick survey. To find the survey, open the camera on your phone and focus the camera on the QR code. You will see a yellow link pop up in the picture frame. Please click on the link to access the survey from your phone. Thank you. This information will help us create other videos that address nutrition concerns for children.
Thanks for watching. If you would like more information or to discuss your child's concerns in more detail, please speak with a doctor, nurse, or registered dietitian.